And live from Jordan Valley Ice Park in the Stan Melton Ice Arena, it is the Route 66 showcase as the Missouri State Ice Bears face the Colorado School of Mines. Hello, everybody. Steve Casson along with a cameraman who I assume will be named later and show up. If not, I'll have to apologize right off the bat here, but hopefully he'll show up. Hopefully he'll be ready to go, and we can get this game underway. This is the battle between number 6 and number 7. Missouri State University is ranked number 7 right now in the Pacific, and the Colorado School of Mines ranked number 6 as of the latest ranking that took place on Friday. Missouri State with a record of 3-5-1 on the season. Colorado School of Mines 3-2-2, that is, for Missouri State. They're coming off of a big 15-2 win. Hold on 1 second here. All right, looks like I've got my cameraman. And once he gets his headsets on, he'll be able to hear me. There we go. But Missouri State coming off of a, let's see here, 7-1 win over the University of New Mexico. Now we've got our cameraman all set up and ready to go. Sorry about that. We had just got on the air when you walked up. So I appreciate you joining us, though, and doing the camera for us.
Yeah, no problem.
So I think you asked something about periods. Yeah, definitely. Are you doing it for the entire game?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, yeah. In between periods, just make sure you level it at center ice and turn the little knob on the left-hand side so the camera doesn't move. Otherwise, people are going to see a great view of the ceiling.
All right.
But other than that, everything will be good, and I think we'll be in great shape as we continue to warm up here another couple of minutes. Missouri State and Colorado School of Mines. As I was mentioning, the Ice Bears with a big 7-1 win in yesterday's hockey game. Into that game, 3 goals by Ted Cardinale, and all 3 of those goals were on the power play for Missouri State. Sean Sullivan got a tally, Christian Catalano got a couple of goals, and Ethan Dobbs picked up his first goal for Missouri State in that contest. And the Ice Bears with that win, 3-5-1 on the season. They've scored 26 goals, they've allowed 36. But at home, they're 7-1, as I mentioned, because it's been the first game that they have played at home this season. Colorado School of Mines is coming off a 15-2 loss to the University of Kansas yesterday in the first showcase game of this weekend, and unfortunately for them, just tough. Kansas is a fairly good team, and couple of goals. Quinn Connolly got one along with William Jordan, but that's been it for Colorado School of Mines as far as scoring goes for this hockey club. Missouri State is hoping after this weekend to get to 500. If they win the next couple of games, they'll be 5-5-1, which bodes well for head coach Cody Blevison's hockey club, a team that has played most of the games on the road, and it's been kind of tough, especially after last weekend. Single goal losses to Ole Miss, 3-2 and 2-1. And those are games that a lot of players feel could have gone either way and would have changed things for Missouri State. For the Colorado School of Mines, the Ore Diggers, as they're called, Parker Fawcett's club, they've scored just as many goals as they've given up, 32 and 32. On the road, though, 1-1-2 this season. They have scored 14 and allowed 24 goals. I mentioned Missouri State on the power play, getting 3 power play goals yesterday. They've improved their power play percentage to 18.8%, 6 for 32 on the season. A far cry from the way things started out early on. And being almost 10 games into the season, to have about a 20% power play, that's always a good thing. Let's join Kevin Thurl, the public address announcer, for the on-ice festivities.
The Route 66 Showcase. Who's ready for some Ice Bears hockey? Well, tonight your Ice Bears welcome in the Colorado School of Mines, Ore Diggers, and they'll take on your Ice Bars in an always important and compelling series towards the ACHA postseason. And tonight in the Tri-Lakes Marine broadcast booth, I am honored to introduce our official scorekeeper, John Cook, our clock operator, Georgia Powell, our DJ, Savannah Stein, and our penalty box officials, Aaron Jones and Tish Cook. Steve Casson will be broadcasting play-by-play from above, and I'm Kevin Thurl, proud to be your PA for tonight's game. Now let's get started with our starting lineups for tonight's game. And let's meet the starters for the visiting Ore Diggers. Starting at a forward, number 23, Owen Jordan. Starting at a forward, number 6, Quinn Morton. Starting at a forward, number 24, Scott Olkers. Starting on defense, number 15, Ben Selman. Starting on defense, number 20, Ian Frazier. And starting in goal tonight for the Ore Diggers, number 2, Drew Medina. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from the heart of Springfield, Missouri, inside the Jordan Valley Ice Park and within the beautiful Stan Melton Arena, it's time. Everyone on your feet and make some noise. Let's meet the starters for your Missouri State Ice Bears! Starting at a forward, number 74, Carlo Rapello! Starting at a forward, number 47, Mitchell Doley! Starting at a forward, number 20, Christian Catalano! Starting on defense for the Bears, number 10, Justin Koch. Starting on defense, number 21, Nathan Hendricks. And starting in goal tonight for the Ice Bears, number 30, Matt Griffin. The Bears are coached by head coach Cody Blevins and assistant coach Tyler Pretty Boy Ellis. Tonight's officiating crew, let's give a warm welcome to our referees, Hardy Woodward and Terry Farrar, and our linesman, Mark Crossbar Marzola. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing, and gentlemen, please remove your caps as we honor America with the singing of the national anthem, performed tonight by Mary Barnard.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home
fantastic job. Our national anthem here at Jordan Valley Ice Park and the Stan Melton Ice Arena.
The captains for each team to center ice. We'd like to welcome a very special
Sounds like
guest tonight
we're going to have a
for our
ceremonial puck drop.
puck drop. Accompanied by the always gentlemanly Hardy Woodward, let's give a nice welcome to our OTC Honors Program, Kylie Gillen, here again to represent the Ozarks Technical Community College Honors Program with tonight's ceremonial puck drop. Ladies and gentlemen, Kylie Gillen here to represent the Ozarks Technical Community College Honors Program.
So a very ceremonious puck drop, as we always have here at Jordan Valley Ice Park. I'm Steve Cass, and thanks for joining us. And I did not get your name. Tell me you are.
Tyler Ott.
Oh, Tyler, you're doing camera work for us today. All right, well, appreciate it. Thanks for helping out. How long did you have until Coach told you needed to do camera work?
Just in warm-ups, I got told to.
Awesome. Well, tell Coach I appreciate it, and I'm being sarcastic. All right. So Tyler Ott on camera. I'm Steve Casson. Thanks so much for joining us. Missouri State will be skating from the left to the right, and the Colorado School of Mines Ore Diggers from the right to the left. We are underway in the first period, and Christian Catalano will have the puck. Stripped from him, we come the other way. Quentin Morton will have it, left side, centered right in front, and it went off of the stick of the forward in front, and as he checks his man down, that's Scott Oakers, it's cleared out to center ice. Looking for that pass in front he was. Ice Bears in the Ore Diggers zone. Mitchell Doley with it. Doley at the half boards, avoids a check. Justin Koch with a drive that gets deflected off of a player in front. May have gone off Benjamin Selman, and it gets deflected up and out of play. 19:25 to go in the period, and no score. Face off to the right of Drew Medina. Freshman, 5'10", 190 out of Castle Rock, Colorado. He's 1-0-2 with a 4.73 goals against average and an .863 save percentage. Near side boards, Ice Bears work it now. This one is to A.J. Daniger. Daniger's pass intercepted briefly by William Jordan. He falls down. Now grabbed by Morton. Quinn Morton with 4 goals, 4 assists for the sophomore forward. Near side boards with 18 and 55 seconds to go in the period. Ice Bears with it. They might have a 2-on-1, maybe a 3-on-1, developing it to Stewart. Over to Daniger, too far for him. Chasing to the corner is the Miners' Ian Frazier. Goes behind the net. Now grabbed by Benjamin Selman. Miners pick it up. Or, excuse me, the Ore Diggers. Not the Miners, it's the Ore Diggers. They go for a line change. So does Missouri State. 18:25 to go in the period. Puck in front of the Missouri State bench. Backhanded by Christopher Rita. Back down into the Ore Diggers zone. Rita with 4 goals and 1 assist this season. Puck glove down, taken by Peter Hunt. Back behind the Ore Diggers net. Grabbed by Quinn Connolly. Pushed along the near side boards by the Ice Bears' Ryan Moon. Held in. Christian Cuzo with a drive. It's blocked. We'll talk to a couple of Christians. Christian Cuzo and Christian Catalano coming up at the intermission breaks. 17:50 remaining. Puck in front of the Missouri State netminder. That, of course, is Matt Griffin. Griffin is 1-0 this season with a 3.88 goals against average and a .900 save percentage. Here comes Ryan Moon. Rita follows up and a big score there. As Moon came in, it was deflected away after for the save, and then followed up, and Missouri State takes the lead 1-0. Just mentioned Rita, his 5th goal of the season. And it is 1-0 in favor of Missouri State. Rita just there in perfect position to follow things up. Next stoppage in play, we'll take a look at this one. But the Ice Bears take the advantage early on in this hockey game. Meanwhile, play is moved into the Missouri State zone. 17:03 to go in the period. Now we get a whistle and a stoppage in play. We'll see if we've got the goal here. Let's catch the call.
Number 19, Christopher Rita. Assisted by number 5, Ryan Moon. Time of the goal at 2:23 of the first period. Scored by number 19, assisted by number 5.
So the Ice Bears take the even strength goal and the lead here on just their first shot of the game. Cardinale, who got 3 goals in yesterday's game, all 3 were power play goals, had it stolen from him back in the Missouri State zone. The Ice Bears will work it again. This one off the stick of Justin Koch, and it's out to center ice and back into the Orediggers zone. Selman had his pass taken away. Here comes Koch. He shoots, and a save by Medina. Into the corner now. Racing is Frazier. Give it on the near side boards to Selman. He'll wait. And intercepted. Christian Catalano breaking in all alone. Catalano shoots. He hit the goalpost. Catalano hit the goalpost as he anticipated the steal. Here's Doley. Doley now to Robello. Carl Robello shoots. It's saved. Rebound cleared out of the crease. Good play there by Frazier. Behind the net. Frazier will grab it. Working with it. Checked off the play. Morton's there. And cleared out to center. Past the stick of Chance Deckard, but it does make it out. Ice Bears return the favor. Bring it back in. 15:31 to go in the period. And a 1-0 lead for Missouri State. Puck cleared back out into the Ice Bears zone. This is no icing. It's been waved off by the official. So we'll do it again. Bring it out to center. Ice Bears almost had it stolen as Olkers was there. Line change for Missouri State. Comes into the Ice Bears zone. Chased down by Mitchell Cox of the Orediggers. It comes right out in front, and a save from an odd angle had to be made by Griffin as Olkers got that shot. 4-1 to the shots unofficially on the scoreboard right now in favor of Missouri State. Puck is cleared out to center, and Catalano sends it over to Sullivan. Too far for him. It'll be worked by Peter Hunt behind the net. Hunt will work it to the far side. Racing on the ice was Michael Mattingly, and it went underneath his stick. Back out as the Ice Bears will try it again. Daniger to Mattingly. Can't avoid a check of Mitchell Cox in front of the Orediggers bench and sent in to the Colorado School of Mines zone. 14:16 to go in the period. Here's a drive by Stewart that's blocked inadvertently, may have been by Mattingly. Daniger sends it to the corner. Work behind the net. Far side boards. Big hit applied there. That one on Mattingly. And the guy that applied the hit, Peter Hunt, is able to clear it out to center ice. Sent right back into the Orediggers zone underneath the stick of Connolly. Helped by Hunt. Back over to Connolly. Orediggers see some pressure by Missouri State. Ice Bears still with it on. They keep it in the zone, then they dig it out, but a little bit too far for Matthews, but he's able to get it. Matthews for the Ice Bears. Works it to the corner. Off the goaltender, Medina. Now on his knees, Jake Stewart had it cleared out to center ice. 13:26 to go in the period. Line change for the Orediggers. Ice Bears back of their own zone. Adam Brown. Lead pass to Rita. Lets it go. Help now back to Brown. To Moon, the trailer, and saucered into the near side boards. Rita looking for a move along the goal line. Flipped away from him. Morton can't clear it for the Ore Diggers. Frazier's there for Colorado School of Mines. Comes out to center, and Stewart will have to wait for Missouri State to get back on side. They still are offside and finally clear the zone. So they say that's enough. We'll just go for a line change, and they do. 12:43 to go in the period. 1-0 Ice Bears. Puck is sent by Chance Deckard all the way down to the Missouri State zone. Swept around by Christian Kuzo. He's one of the Christians we'll talk to at the period intermission. I think we'll talk to Christian first and then Catalano second. Christian Kuzo, that is. We'll talk to him first, and then Christian Catalano the second. I got to talk to the guy that decided to run these guys' interviews this day. That's me, of course. 12:09 to go in the period. Doley, or make that Zach Drummond will clear it all the way down, but a good play by Ethan Dobbs to wave off the icing. Dobbs' pass right off the side of the net is held onto by the goaltender Medina. Only goal in this game goes to Missouri State, and the Ice Bears have right now a 1-0 lead on the goal. At 2:23 by Rita, his fifth. Moon will get the assist. So we'll do it all again. Off the face-off in the Ore Diggers zone. Near side board, Koch will hold it in. Dobbs has it, but his pass intercepted by Cox, the freshman at Libertyville, Illinois. Grabbed now and taken by Olkers. Olkers gave it over to Alexei Ridis, and Ridis' pass is taken away and cleared right back in. So the Ice Bears will work it out of their own zone. Nathan Hendricks overskated the puck, but it's still held in. Down in low to Cardinale with 11:09 to go in the period. Looking for somebody up the middle. Doley gets it. And he's going to have to move it to the corner as he's being checked by Jordan. Puck is flipped up, hitting the net, and it should stay in the zone. Or are they going to bring... Yeah. It's going to stay in. Hardy Woodward, the referee, thought it was coming outside, but it does stay inside the zone. .59 to go in the period, and a 1-0 lead for Missouri State over Colorado School of Mines. And off the draw, puck won by Stewart of Missouri State. Catalano to Stewart, now to Doley. Doley checked by Hunt. Ore Diggers trying to work the puck. Move to the near side. Sent around behind the net. Ore Diggers still work it. Hunt's there, but it's out to center ice and chased by Missouri State back into their own zone. Almost with an opportunity was Jordan. But the Ice Bears work the puck left to right across the line. Doley. He'll avoid a check. Looking for a centering pass. He does get that centering pass. Missed by Rebello. Behind the net to Catalano. Rebello's there, but it's intercepted, taken by the Ore Diggers, and they might have a 3-on-3. Left side or right side, Connolly looking for a return pass. We're going to get a penalty shot. Score! It will be a goal. It was a delayed penalty against Missouri State, and the goal is put in. And I believe Quinn Connolly will, is that a 9? No, that's James McCall who may get credit for the goal. It was on an upcoming penalty. And that penalty, unfortunately, was to Missouri State. And because of that, the goal counts. We'll see if we can get a good look at this one here. Let's take a look and see how this one develops. There's the follow-up shot off what was a potential goal. We'll catch the call from Kevin, or potential penalty, I mean. We'll catch the call. Is going into the penalty box is Jacob Matthews. So it's a power play now for the Ore Diggers. Colorado School of Mines, just 5%, 2 for 40 on the power play. Missouri State on the penalty kill, 71%. They've allowed 9 for 31. Saved by Griffin. Off the high slot shot. Now Ore Diggers with 1:22 remaining in the power play. That shot originally came from Connolly. He has it again. Connolly in front, taken away by Missouri State, cleared. So it's a 1-1 contest here in the first period. 9:03 to go. 1:04 remaining in the power play. And we'll see if they do give it to McCall on that. But it's a 1-1 contest. Still no announcement on the goal. Hopefully we'll get that soon.
Colorado goal scored by number 9, Jacob Hernard. Assisted by number 23, Owen Jordan. Secondary assist is pending on the play. Time of the goal at 10:02 of the first period. Scored by number 9. Assisted by number 23.
That's why.
On the ensuing play, penalty on the play to Missouri State, number 71, Jacob Matthews. 2 minutes for hooking at 10:02 of the first period. A 2-minute minor for hooking.
So Hermhard is wearing number 9, not wearing, and McCall is not wearing that jersey. That's what the delay was. And as you heard, the penalty also assessed, but that now has 1 second to go. It has expired. And we're back to 5-on-5. So Hermhard will get the goal. And here come the Ice Bears. Matthews races in. He's checked by Reddies. To the corner. And finally taken by Missouri State. Can they work with it? No. It's stolen from Sullivan. And cleared out by Frazier. So a 1-1 contest, 7:17 to go. Rita for Missouri State, Hemhard for CSM, and then missing the puck on a 2-on-1 was Dobbs. He shot it wide. Here's Cardinelli with a drive save. Rebound, Dobbs, another save. Sullivan follows up and a big save. 3 huge opportunities for Missouri State, and it did not go in. Tyler, just a quick word, if you wouldn't mind moving the camera angles just a little bit to get more of that net centered. That would be awesome. I think people would like that. And that would be great. Puck comes the other way. And the little knob on the left side to loosen it. 6:32 to go. And the Ice Bears on a laid offside as Zach Drummond sent it in. Right on the line, Jake Stewart is able to move it in, but it's taken by the Ore Diggers and cleared out to center. Get a whistle for an offside. 6:02 to go in the period. That offside. Bring it outside the zone. So the assists go to Merrick and Jordan. And it's a 1-1 contest. Ice Bears in the Ore Diggers zone behind the net. Rebello. Shoot in and a save as it got deflected right in front. Matthews was there. Rebello worked the puck in, and it may have hit a defenseman, but Medina was able to make the save. So we're still tied up at 1. So Jacob Hemhard gets his first goal of the season. And that one coming at 10:01 of the period. Now with 5:25 left, Ole behind the net in the Orediggers zone, taken away from him. And getting tripped is Connolly. It's going to be a penalty against Missouri State. The last time a penalty, a delayed one, was called, a goal was scored. Goaltender's been pulled, extra attacker. Here comes Jordan across the line, but we get an offside. Power play number 2 will be coming up to the Orediggers. It will be a tripping call. Catalano will go. Shots are 8-4 in favor of Missouri State. Well, we're tied up at 1 apiece. Ice Bears get it quickly and clear it out to center ice. Dobbs does the favor. Here are the Orediggers, the Morton. Quinn, freshman defenseman, sends it in. Goes to the point to Selman. Worked up high to Selman now after it came away from Jordan. Now Jordan with a drive in, a save. Rebound, right side. Frazier's there. Drops it to Jordan, who now is working the opposite side. Here's Frazier with a shot that gets deflected wide. Left side now, 1:12 to go on the power play. Up high, a snap shot missing wide by Frazier. Ice Bears have it. Christian Cuzo takes it and clears. Brown will intercept. His pass lost to Morton across the line in the zone. 54 seconds remaining in a 1-1 contest. Shot up high, missing wide. Getting that was Jordan. Once again, working it to Frazier. Over to Jordan on the right side. Around a check. High slot, it goes to Morton. Frazier chasing it. Lost it. Or Jordan, that is, who lost it. And it's finally tipped out by a tired group of penalty killers and back into the Orediggers zone. 20 seconds remaining in the power play. 1-1 game. Rita from Missouri State is 5th at 2:23, and at 10:01, Hemhard his first of the season. Ice Bears work it in the zone. Doley was waiting for a pass, but it never got there. Now, finally, it is tipped in. It's a bouncing puck. And it made its way into the net. It was an innocent-looking play. The Ice Bears will take the bounce on the tip, and they take the lead, too. A couple of players in front were kind of scrumming for the play, but the Ice Bears are the one that gets the advantage on that. Just kind of a innocent little play that was not cleared. Let's catch the call.
Assisted on the play by number 6, Carson Komar.
Well, the Ice Bears get another one. This one comes quick. Just as we're listening to that, Missouri State makes it 3-1. We'll see if we can get a good look at this one.
Missouri State
Let's catch the call.
Scored by number 90, Ted Cardinale. Assisted by number 19, Christopher Rita. Time of that goal at 17:08 of the first period. Scored by number 90. Assisted by number 19, Those are Missouri State Ice Bears goals!
Well, he did not finish the other goal. We knew it was Komar. I guess it was unassisted. And it's 3-1. And I think we'll be able to take a look and see the Cardinale goal here in just a second. Next stoppage in play. But Missouri State now with a 3-1 lead, and things changed very quickly here. Cardinale with his 4th goal. He has 4 goals in 2 games. Prior to that, he had nothing. So 1:30 remaining, and here come the Ice Bears again. Working it now. Dobbs shoots and save, rebound, loose, and it's past Medina, and he's able to hold on. So here's the Carson Komar goal. This is one that was just gloved down, and he was able to chop at it, and Missouri State took a 2-1 lead. And then Ted Cardinale will race in and tip it in from the left side, and Missouri State has the 3-1 advantage. So things starting to work a little bit more now for Missouri State. And they looked a little snake bitten early on. On their 11th shot. Here they come again. With less than a minute to go. Matthews works it down low. Mattingly to intercept. Steps around Reddy's check of the Orediggers. Matthews once again trying to work the puck. Jacob Matthews out of Columbia, Missouri. Orediggers with a shot in. That one by Frazier. 36 seconds to go in this period. Mattingly lost it at the Ice Bears' Bearhead. Now in front of the Missouri State bench. Before he gets hit, Mitchell Cox sends it down in. 16 seconds left in period number 1. Coming up at the first period intermission, have a talk with Christian Kuzo of Missouri State. Cleared all the way down. We are going to get an icing call with 2.9 seconds remaining in the first period. Rita his 5th, Hemhard his 1st for Colorado School of Mines. Then Komar his 2nd for Missouri State. Cardinale gets his 4th for the Ice Bears. That'll do it for period number 1. Drew Medina faces 11 Ice Bear shots. Matt Griffin faces 6 Ordigger shots. First goal of the period, Christopher Rita. And the Ice Bears take a 1-0 advantage. Then it's 1-1 as Hemhard comes back to, on a delayed penalty, score a goal for the Orediggers to make it 1-1. Komar just chips out a puck after it was the defenseman who tried to knock it down and clear it. And it's 2-1, and then Ted Cardinale finishes it up with a pass over into the net, and Missouri State has a 3-1 lead after 1 period of play. We will take a break, and when we come back, talk to Christian Kuzo of Missouri State in just a moment. After 20, it is the Ice Bears with the lead.
This is Barrel Bob, MoDOT's Work Zone spokesbarrel. You'll be seeing more of me as the weather warms up. Crews will be working on our roads. That means lanes will be closed for construction and maintenance work on our highways. As you approach a work zone, please don't drive distracted. You need to pay attention. I want you and my friends working on the roads to all get home safely. Remember, buckle up and put down your phone. A message from the Missouri Department of Transportation.
We're back at Jordan Valley Ice Park. Steve Casson now talking with a man that's kind of done it all for the Missouri State Ice Bears, Christian Cuzo. Christian, you have been on the player board. You've been part of the entertainment management over at Missouri State. You've helped put on 2 of Dr. Ben Goss's promotional events that we've had here at MediaCom. One of them was Slapshot Night. The other one was Star Wars Night. Both were phenomenal. When I thought you couldn't get any better than Slapshot Night, then Star Wars Night happened, and there's no topping that. It was amazing. It was a blast. Obviously, that's something you want to get into.
Yeah, the whole sports business industry, kind of something I want to get into. Recently, just been doing all the social media posts for Missouri State hockey, kind of getting a feeling for all the Adobe products, kind of everything that goes in the background of the sports entity as a whole.
And a lot of that was just absolutely amazing. I mean, we wish that we could have that class do every single promotional night, because it was so much fun from a lot of the stuff that you did, a lot of the Facebook promotions, a lot of the social media stuff. I mean, pretty much everything that you did, and I say you, but the class, everybody did, was outstanding. And I wish you guys could do it this year, but obviously things have changed. I know that the EMA Awards are a very big thing, and Dr. Goss said I can't spare it this year. So
yeah, it's a fun learning experience for the class, just because you get the real world experience. You get to see your performance actually with an outcome. For the Star Wars Night, we got to see a packed crowd with all the tickets we sold. For the EM Awards class, you get to see all your peers and alumni come back and really enjoy a special night. So.
And plus, you get to see it in actual real world. You can do so much classroom work.
Yeah.
You could do so much, fake work where you just get in there and you kind of play or do like a role-playing thing. But no, this was actual. I mean, it was a make-or-break deal. I mean, Dr. Goss said, if you guys don't sell the place out, your grade's not going to be that good. And knowing Dr. Goss, he probably meant it.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's like I said, the real world experience is huge. You're getting to a lot of it's cold calls, calling alumni, saying, hey, you guys want to come back to this event, or hey, throwing stuff out on Facebook for advertising, just contacting anybody that you can, which is, like I said, what people happen to do in the real world. It's a lot of cold calls to sell tickets and things along those lines.
Christian Cuzo is joining us of Missouri State. Still looking for your first point.
Yeah.
That's got to be kind of tough.
Yeah, it's been pretty tough. This year hasn't been a great year for me. Switching back to defense, something I did, the first 2 years while playing here. But I had to, help out where needed, and comparing it to last year, playing forward, getting quite a few points. It's kind of hurting. Trying to still look for that first point, but hopefully today will happen.
Hopefully this weekend with this showcase, it will happen. I mean, everybody's kind of scoring right now as it is. But getting back to kind of the whole entertainment thing, that leads me to my next question is, what do you want to be when you grow up? So what do you really want to do?
So what I want to do, recently I've thought about some stuff, and I really want to just work it as a background person in the sports industry, whether it be, doing social media stuff, selling group tickets, as a manager or director, anything along those lines. It's huge because, like I said, we're learning real world experience, and it's fun learning the stuff that we are now. Recently I've been huge into social media and trying to create posts for our team and things along those lines. So I've been thinking about it lately, trying to possibly contact the director of athletics and seeing if I could try and get a job with doing social media stuff for Missouri State athletic teams, and things that students at Missouri State are prone to always looking at, and our media presence isn't as strong as I feel that we could make it, but I think it's something that we could definitely work on, and us as a hockey organization are making progress towards.
Well, the good thing is if you hang around here, we know that we could at least hopefully still have some of your social media with Missouri State. That would be nice, because if you take off, obviously, we've had a lot of guys do it, and they said, "Oh yeah, I'll do it from afar." No, it just doesn't happen.
No, it's hard. It's hard, especially while I've been doing it for the D1 and D3 team, and it's hard today I had the learn to skate thing with the rest of our team, and I had to try and make their game day post and ours as well. So trying to do stuff for both teams is tough, and the things that we worked on at the beginning aren't really working towards right now, just because I'm not at a lot of the games for D1. Things that we want to try and implement is kind of tough to do.
Well, the one thing I really do like, and I was surprised at how quickly you were able to fix them for me, but you created those game slides, and you had it at a certain format, and I texted you, hey, can you do 1280 by 720, because that's what's going to work perfectly for my working. And the next thing you know, about 20 minutes later, here you go. How'd you get it done so fast? And so I got to ask you, how'd you get it done so fast?
It's a lot of work, trying to get everything done. Like I said, I've been all around on the Adobe products lately with classes and learning new things. Had a lot of free time, and getting everything finished. It's pretty fun trying to try and learn new things with those, just because of how broad of a spectrum you can handle things. There's so many ins and outs that you may not know about until you dig deep into it.
Well, one of the things that I kind of got a crash course on was InDesign this year. Put together the Ice Bears program, and it was a pretty quick learning process. I will admit I had to kind of our printer who prints it. I had to kind of send some of the work to him because it was a last-minute thing, and I'm like, I'm not going to get this done, and he knows how to do it. Here you go. Handle it. So
that was a tough one last year, trying to figure out all that program stuff. It's a hassle trying to make sure you got all the ads and everything in, and if you don't fulfill your sponsorship duties, it's kind of a tough thing to go back to in the next year.
And speaking of that, that's one thing I want to touch on. So one of the things at Missouri State is we said, if you guys, meaning the team, if you want to supplement your player fees, you can go out and sell sponsorships. The only one that has taken that completely to heart is you. I don't think you've paid to play in, a couple of years?
This is the first year I haven't completely had to pay anything. Last year was about $200. This year I've actually made some extra money for sponsorships to help go towards trips that we're going on. For example, the New Mexico one. It's nice just because you're giving the players an ability to save a little bit on money and get real world experience. So being able to put that on the resume, say, hey, I sold $30,000 worth of sponsorships in 2 years, like, people are gonna be like, hey, that's kind of standing out-ish.
So have you talked to people? Are they interested? When you say, guys, I didn't pay it all this year to play, do they ask you about it, or is it kind of one of those things, oh, that's cool, but I'm not going to worry about it?
Yeah, I tell everybody about it. It's something we discuss at the beginning of each year. We give everybody a pamphlet, but I think a lot of guys are like, hey, that sounds pretty cool, but don't really see how much work it actually entails. I've spent a lot of my time over the summer actually contacting companies, our puck company for the sponsors for that, a lot of the program ads, things along those lines. It's a lot of time-consuming stuff.
But you're dedicated, and like you say, in the last 2 years, you paid $200 to play hockey. That is a big break, and I'm sure your parents are very happy about that.
Yeah, that's huge. It's a big help for them, and it's, like I said, some nice real-world experience to put in everything. So.
Well, and speaking of that, speaking of your parents, I mean, you guys kind of grew up around hockey in Nebraska, and I guess the Omaha Lancers.
Yep.
You guys grew up around, so hockey's been in the family forever.
Yeah, when I was really young, my mom and dad started taking me to the Omaha Lancer games. Just a couple of years ago, they actually, quit housing players to be able to come see me play, at just about every road trip. So it's nice seeing them there and having fans, and people to help out with things. They're also, them and a couple other families are a real big help this year in coordination with, helping paying for food on the road, and trying to get something where the players don't have to pay as much for food just because they're having to pay so much for hockey as it is.
Christian Cuso is joining us of Missouri State. Why'd you pick number 61?
So it was a funny one. When I came here, I was number 2, and I actually had the opportunity to be, some other number that I had used in the past, but was already chosen. The player right in front of me, Brian Fuller, playing on the D1 team, he chose the number that I wanted to be. So number 2 it was, and once we changed over to the new jerseys a couple years ago, we didn't order a number 2, so I decided to choose 61. I don't really know why. It was just kind of an interesting number.
I'm surprised we even had a 61. I don't think I'm looking going back in my mind. I don't think there's ever a player that ever was a 61. So I don't know where we got that from.
Yeah, no, I think one of the big things that helped choose player numbers when we switched jerseys was we were picking the most used numbers in the NHL or something along those lines, I heard. So that might have been a contributing factor.
Who's 61 in the NHL? I'm trying to figure that out.
I
know
watch
66, but yeah, it's interesting. But you know what? It's good. It's a memorable number. So
yeah, it's nice.
That's always a good thing. Christian Cuzo is joining us. Christian, what do you do to get ready for a game? What's your prep like?
So it just depends on the day. At home when we're in Springfield, trying to hang out, do as much as I can around the house. Sometimes clean a little bit, sometimes prepare some stuff. But usually get some meal around me around 3 o'clock. Cook up some fettuccine Alfredo with some chicken, everything like that. Other than that, it's weird. I usually take about a 20-minute nap or just lay down in the bed and shower, come to the rink. First thing, tape the stick, and then usually just hang out up here in the stands, kind of just contemplating about the game, thinking about things that can happen, trying to just get focused. And last thing usually is just take a lap around the rink to get me a little more warmed up.
So is that nap before or after you've eaten?
It's after. Got to let the food settle. I hate eating too close to games.
You're not Italian, are you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's the Italian way. You go, you eat, you take a little nap, you wake up, you have a little wine, you take a siesta or whatever. Not a siesta, but, you take another nap. I mean, yeah.
It's like the Thanksgiving meal. You always stuff yourself and take a little nap afterwards.
I'll tell you what, I had a friend, and many, many years ago, this kind of dates me a little bit, but I had a friend many years ago, and where I lived, there was no cable. But they lived in the rich part of the city, and they actually had cable. And so they had the USA Network, and I got to watch all the NHL games. So I would come over and watch hockey games almost every night over at his house. Well, they were an Italian family, so I come over, and his mom's like, "Oh, going boy, okay, I'll get you some food. You look hungry, right?" And so the first time I ever came over, she would give me some food, and I'm thinking, okay, wow, I'm done for the night. No, that was a snack.
Oh yeah.
And then she would cook. You like some of this pasta? I'll cook you some. I'm like, okay, that's dinner. No, that was just another snack.
Oh yeah.
And by the time dinner came around, I didn't want to be rude, but I was so full.
It's always big meals, big meals.
Yeah, I remember that. So now, when I used to do it and come over, I was like, okay, sample here, sample there. It's just, it was so much. And I know that some Italians can be pretty large people, and I understand why.
Yeah, exactly. It's nice having that extra food. If you don't eat it all that night, throw it in the freezer, maybe cook it up another day.
Well, I just felt so bad because I felt like I should eat more.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't want to. I'm a guest there, and she's cooking, and she's being nice, and I don't want to be rude. But I'll tell you what, it was the best food I ever had.
Oh, it's so good.
Absolutely, Christian. I always wish players at the end of interviews more goals. In this case, definitely some more goals, and I know you've kind of transitioned to help the team out on D, but they've been using it on the power play a lot more, so hopefully that'll come. Hopefully you get a couple of more, and, I'm being selfish here, but I hope you stick around because we would love to have you with the social media and everything else that you've done for this hockey club, to try to find someone with your talents. We'd have to pay them, so that would be a little difficult.
Yeah,
but definitely appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Well, again, thanks for doing this, and good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.
That's Christian Cuzo of Missouri State. We'll take a break. Be back. More hockey coming up in a moment.
Hey, Springfield, are you ready for some hockey?
Here's Barrett.
Left side with the beeline on over to O'Brien. Back to Barrett. Score!
Steve Casson here, voice of your Missouri State Ice Bears. Join us at Jordan Valley Ice Park in downtown Springfield for this year's excitement.
This is head coach Jeremy Law. The Bears are back for another season, so check out our schedule at MissouriStateHockey.com and get your tickets now.
Here come the Ice Bears. Turan with Bell catching up. Turan shoots. Score! Oh, baby! That, of course, a promo for Missouri State Ice Bears Division I hockey team as they are in Colorado taking on Colorado State. A big 4-0 win yesterday over the number 17 Colorado State. And the Ice Bears hoping to do that again tonight and grab themselves another victory. That's going to help in rankings. Unfortunately, Missouri State has, at least the D1 club, has suffered from the rankings bug. And what I mean by that is Missouri State was ranked as low as number 17. That was in the coaches poll. Then all of a sudden the computer takes over, and the computer didn't like it. They ranked Missouri State as high as 38. They've dropped to 30, and now hopefully will drop even lower. I've told folks who worry about rankings, you just kind of have to look at it like NASCAR. So in NASCAR, you have, let's say, the top 1 through 10, let's call it. And those guys come in and pit, and now that means 11 through 20 end up being 1 through 10, and so on. And by the time you get through and everybody cycles through and everybody finishes their pit stops, you're back to where you started from. So just think of it that way. If you're any team looking at rankings, just keep winning. As long as you keep winning, it's going to cycle through, and you're going to end up where you want to be or need to be. So the Division I squad is hoping that can happen. The Division III squad right now, Missouri State, ranked number 7. Now, they could be number 5. There's several teams that have been deemed not ineligible, but have been deemed something's wrong with them according to the ACHA. So technically number 5 for Missouri State, but right now unofficially number 7. And of course they are playing the number 6 Colorado School of Mines. Starting the second period here, Missouri State skating from the right to the left, and the Ore Diggers of the School of Mines of Colorado left to right. They send it all the way down to the Missouri State zone, and it will be stopped there by the goaltender, Matt Griffin. Griffin's brother is on the Missouri State Division I squad. That's Brady Griffin, the southpaw. Puck is cleared out to center, and the Ice Bears work a 3-on-2 into the zone. Here comes Dobbs. Dobbs' opportunity is cut off behind the net, taken by Cardinale. Ted is pushed into the boards, but gets it to Christian Kuzo on the right side. He shoots, and inadvertently Carson Komar made the save. It hit him. It didn't go the way he wanted it to. Now that's finally cleared out to center. A 3-1 lead for Missouri State. Rita, Komar, Cardinale. Hemhard, the only goal scorer for the Ore Diggers. Here is Rita. He shoots. Blocker save. Looking for the upper right-hand corner of the goaltender, left as you look at it, and he made a good save there. 8:50 to go in the period. Behind the Ore Diggers' net. Almost stolen by Adam Brown. Now the Ice Bears work it once again. Hendricks sends it up the middle. Intercepted, though, taken away and not cleared. But finally off of a glove and out to center ice. Raced into the Ore Digger zone by Missouri State. Breaking free is Ryan Moon. A shot in front goes behind the net. Colorado School of Mines gets it to the corner, and it's M-I-N-E-S, not M-I-N-D-S. 18:03 to go. Puck sent in, and as it's tipped right in front, it's held on to by Medina. 18 minutes exactly left in the period. And a 3-1 lead for Missouri State. Shots are 13-6 in favor of the Ice Bears. In to take the draw for the Ice Bears, Mitchell Doley, and he does win it from Mitchell Cox. It's cleared out to center, back down into the Missouri State zone. It'll be Matthews with it. Matthews up to center. Gets it as far as the line. And Doley will indicate to the referee. I think it flipped outside, and it did. In fact, it went up over the netting. So they're going to get another puck and do this all again. Second period intermission, we'll talk to Christian Catalano of Missouri State. Steve Casson, Tyler Ott, thanks for joining us on Web Sports Radio. We'll do it all again for you tomorrow. And it's going to be breakfast with the Ice Bears. Or, well, breakfast with the showcase, that is, as Kansas and New Mexico play at 8:30 in the morning. Then it's Colorado School of Mines, but now we get a goal here. As the Ice Bears have the mind to interrupt me as I'm talking about the showcase, and they get a goal to make it 4-1. This one a good opportunity in front. We'll see if we can take a look at how this one developed.
Missouri State
Let's catch the call.
Scored by number 20, Christian Catalano. Assisted by number 47, Mitchell Dooley. Time of the goal at 2:41 of the second period. Scored by number 20, assisted by number 47. That's a Missouri State Ice Bears goal.
So Catalano
With 4 goals, you know what that means? Just one more goal.
will pick up his third of the season, and that always tends to happen.
So let's cheer on your Ice Bears for just one more goal.
I interview players or about to interview players in a game and they score. Let's see if we can take a look at that goal, see if it's centered correctly here or not, but it's just a shot that trails up over the goaltender and into the net. We'll see if we can get a little better angle of it, and we'll play that one later. But on the 14th shot, Missouri State has a 4-1 lead. Catalano his third here in the second period. Doley with the assist, 4-1. But getting back, what I was going to say about the showcase tomorrow, and I dare want to talk about it. Somebody might score here. Kansas, University of New Mexico, they play at 8:30. Colorado School of Mines in Arkansas at 11:30, and then Missouri State and Washington University St. Louis at 2:30. We'll have all those games broadcast for you, or let's just say at least streamed. The 2 games preceding Missouri State will just be streamed, and we'll have the broadcast for you right here on Web Sports Radio of Missouri State. Shot comes in to Griffin. He'll make the save after it came off the stick of Peter Hunt. Take a look at that last goal one more time, see if we can get a little bit better shot. There's the wind up and the blast. Right past the goaltender. Try to, for the next review of that, see if we can get a little bit more of that wind up. So here come the Ice Bears again. Cardinale looking in front to Comar. It goes off of his skate. Missouri State now all of a sudden getting their legs. After it was a 1-1 game midway through the first period. Taken away now by the Ore Diggers, but intercepted by Hendricks. They go to Dobbs. Left side to Cardinale down the middle, looking forward in his skates, pushed off the play by Reddies, and it is sent right back in. Even lower to Hendricks. He shoots, and a save by Medina. Deflected away from him and out. 14:51 to go in the period. Near side half boards behind the net. And backhanded and cleared all the way down. Here is an opportunity for Hendricks. Lost it. Taken away by Morton. Can he clear it? Or can he send it up to the point? He does. Gets it to Jordan. Now to Morton. Left side. A couple of players battle in front. And we get a broken stick. And here's a drive in as the Ice Bears rush in and getting a shot off. We'll was the Ice Bears' Christopher Rita, and it's held onto by the goaltender. So a couple players in front, one of them resulting in a broken stick. I saw the broken stick part, and I saw somebody slash. It may have been a result of a slash. The officials did not call it. So Comar's goal is considered unassisted. Cardinale's only assist is Rita. That back in the first period. And Catalano with Doley getting the assist, and that's it. Peter Hunt able to grab it, but the Ice Bears steal and take a shot, and it's held onto by Medina. 13:41 remaining in the period, and a 4-1 lead for Missouri State. 16-7 are the shots here in period number 2. Just 13 players for Colorado School of Mines. Here's a good opportunity for Catalano in front, but it is Medina to shut the door. Or Medina, actually. Three more games of this tournament, and there is a nice plaque. What I'll have to do is wait till the next stoppage and play, bring it over here, and then Tyler, I'll have you kind of show everybody with the camera. If we can. Here's a whistle on a stoppage and play, but don't have enough time to go grab it, so we may do that at the intermission. In fact, that would work better. We'll do it at intermission. Let you kind of take a look at the Route 66 plaque trophy that has been created for the winner of this tournament. Right now, very strongly looking like Arkansas. Arkansas's wins have been impressive. Puck clear down into the Missouri State zone. We're going to get a penalty. It's getting upended was Jacob Matthews, and going into the penalty box will be Selman. So Missouri State gets their first crack at the power play. And actually, no, yes, that's true. They'll get their first crack at the power play because this is the Orediggers' first penalty. Ice Bears on the power play, 6 for 32, 18.8%. The penalty kill for the Orediggers, 6 for 38, 84.2%. And right off the draw, Missouri State cannot win it. Swung all the way around the boards and held in on a backhander by Justin Koch. Koch's pass is deflected and cleared out to center and all the way down into the Missouri State zone. 12:48 to go in the period. Koch's pass to Cardinale, cross ice. They give it to Rita. And offside, as right on the doorstep was Dobbs. Looks at the official. The official says, you were in the zone just a little too far. That'll push the faceoff outside the Orediggers zone. Koch back in his own zone. Move to Dobbs. Tried the cross ice, it didn't work. Here's a good opportunity for Connolly. Now pass in front to Morton, and we're going to get a penalty. Goes against Missouri State. Ice Bears touch it up. Penalty has been called, and it looks like Dobbs is going to go for boarding. So the power play's done. And that's it for the power play. Dobbs will go. So Missouri State 0 for 1. There's 109 remaining in the infraction to Selman. After that, barring any further penalties, it will then be a power play for the Orediggers. So here comes Missouri State shorthanded. Stewart lost it. Ice Bears do have 2 shorthanded goals for. And the only 2 shorthanded goals has been scored by 1 player. And I'll give you a hint. If you remember who our cameraman is, he's the player who has the only 2 shorthanded goals for Missouri State this season thus far. Puck into Connolly. Left side. Connolly works it. Looking for some help in front. Right there. Went over the stick of Morton, but intercepted by Brown, and he'll clear it. Cameraman tonight, Tyler Ott. He's the answer to the trivia question. 11:13 remaining. In 10 seconds, it'll be a power play number 3 for the Orediggers. Play at center, sent down to the Missouri State zone, and now 47 seconds left in the power play for the Orediggers. They're going to work it. Shot in, tipped just wide. The initial shot came from Frazier, tipped by Jordan, and now the Orediggers work again. Power play for 33 seconds. They can cut this lead in half if they get one here. Hendricks wants to deny that for Missouri State. Nathan out of St. Charles, Missouri, the senior. One of 10 seniors on the club for Missouri State this season. Sends it all the way in. 16 seconds to go. Line change for Missouri State. Calling for the puck was Olkers, and it's back in the Missouri State zone where Sullivan will chase. Tipped it, but it was right onto the stick of Cox. His shot misses. Now the Ice Bears come the other way, and a blast in, and an Ice Bear gets run into the goaltender as the shot came from Hendricks. As Medina made the save, Justin Koch was pushed in. I think that was him, or was that Mattingly? No, it was Koch, number 10. Nothing doing there. Everything's good. Face off to the right of Medina, and the Ice Bears do win the draw. Puck went to Gage Gronberg now on the ice. Far side boards. Kuzo waits for it, but it doesn't get to him. Stuck along the half boards. Getting double teamed is Komar. Or no, that is not. I don't know where I saw a 6 out of that. That is Tyler Rao now on the ice. Or maybe I did see a 6, number 16, Mattingly. That's what it is. Ice playing tricks once again here tonight. That was Mattingly, 16. Drive comes in. Kuzo is able to block it off. Another 6, 61. Pushes his man down. And Mattingly is there, not able to clear it. But Kuzo will pick it up. Gets it out of harm's way, now to Gronberg. Spins it all the way around. Sullivan was there, but Selman was able to knock it away. Now grabbed by Robello. Carlo with it, looking for his first point of the season out of St. Louis. Majority of Missouri State's players are from the St. Louis area. Out to center. Reddy sends it all the way in. Stopped there by Griffin. Gronberg off the glass with authority, and this one came out and in. Bounced off of Connolly and out. 8:34 to go in the period, and after it came back in, a delayed offside was called. 18-7 of the shots. We came into the period at 11-6. So Missouri State with 7. on Medina. Matt Griffin only facing one this period. Matthews into the zone, brings it back behind the net. Over behind to Doley. Missouri State playing tonight without Evan Lasansky. An upper body injury to him. He'll be evaluated. 8:04 to go in the period. It's behind the net where it's Morton. Quinn Morton averaging 1.14 points per game. He has 4 goals and 4 assists coming into today's game. Stewart is there. Now to Doley of Missouri State, to Robello. Looking for Catalano. Off the boards to him. Leads them all the way down. No icing as Catalano will chase. Listed is Catalano at 5'4", 170. One of the smaller players on the ice. Now we get a whistle for stoppage of play, and I believe it's a hand pass. Or do we get a penalty? No, we're going to get that penalty. The officials did see it. It's the hooking for Robello. He was going to try to skate away, and I thought maybe he got away with it, but the officials say no. Power play number 4 for the Orediggers.
Up here in Section S, we do have someone with their light on their cell phone. Please turn that flashlight off on your cell phone. There's a distraction on the ice for the...
Yeah, somebody had a light on their cell phone. They had to make the announcement to tell them to turn it off. Play is underway in the Missouri State zone. Battle for to the half boards. Hendricks and Komar is there. They try to work it free with Jordan and Morton of the Orediggers, and the puck is deflected up and out of play after the shot from Frazier. 7:08 to go in the period. Again, coming up at the second period intermission, have a interview with the Ice Bears' Christian Catalano, guy that scored a goal already. One and a half to go in the power play. Shot scored by Komar. It's a shorthanded goal. It's 5-1 Missouri State. His third of the season. And the Ice Bears will chase Medina. Jacob Palmer is coming in. This one at the time of the goal at 6:53 here of the second period. 5-1 Missouri State. We'll hear from Kevin Thurl.
Short-handed goal, his second of the game, scored by number 6, Carson Komar. Time of the goal at 13:07 of the second period, scored short-handed, unassisted on the play by number 6. That's a Missouri State Ice Bears goal!
So 52 seconds left. And Missouri State has a 5-1 lead. Puck rolls in, and it's held on to by Palmer. 29 seconds remaining in the power play. We'll see if we can get a look at that goal. And the interesting thing about that is, as soon as it happened, Medina basically left the net. I don't know exactly what that meant. Shot in. That is blockered. after Hunt got that shot. Griffin was able to clear it out, and the Ice Bears do get it out of harm's way. 5:26 to go here in the second period. And Missouri State with a 5-1 lead. Shot in, missing wide as Selman got that. Puck cleared out to center. Cardinale will work it. Left side, 2-on-1. Cardinale shoots, and it's held on to by Palmer. Let's see if we can get a good look at that goal. There it is by Komar, but we'll see if we can get a better view. That was in a little bit too close. There we go. We'll grab it on the next stoppage and play. 5:04 to go in the period.
The primary assist has been added to number 81, Adam Brown.
So they're going to add an assist on the last goal by Komar to Brown, as you heard. So here's that stoppage and play, which will give us a chance to see it. Here it is, here. There's the shot by Komar. Missouri State starting to pour things on a shorthanded affair on that last one. 4:45 remaining. 21 shots now for Missouri State. And as I mentioned, we came in at 11-6. So they've doubled up. Well, both teams have technically doubled up. Or, well, not yet. Have the Diggers. Out to center. Poked away from Matthews. Now to Cardinale, left side across the line. Looking for the centering pass, tried to follow it up. It's blocked in front. And the man who blocked it, Connolly, is able to get it up to center ice. Across the line to Selman, or make that 16. That is Chance Deckard. And we get a whistle for stoppage and play. And a penalty. It's a cross check. Cardinale will go. Cardinale getting a little bit of a ribbing from Selman, but cross-checking called. Five penalties, 10 minutes now assessed to Missouri State. That is now going to be the Gold Diggers' fifth. Well, hold on. They just put 2 on the board, but it's been taken off. It's a double minor. So it's 4 minutes that are being assessed to Cardinale. Six penalties, 12 minutes. Let's get
penalty
the call.
On the play to Missouri State, number 90, Ted Cardinale. A 2-minute minor for slashing and a 2-minute minor for cross-checking. Time of those penalties at 15:59 of the second period.
So the Ice Bears get 2 consecutive penalties called. The double minor means the puck is cleared all the way down, and we're going to get a misconduct. Cardinale just got a misconduct. He's going to go immediately. As Hardy Woodward skated by, he must have said something because immediately misconduct was put down to Cardinale. So they're going to have to get someone, or the Ice Bears, to serve because Cardinale went immediately to the dressing room. Seven penalties, 22 minutes for Missouri State, and we're going to add the 10-minute misconduct. So Carlo Robello will come in. He's going to serve the remainder of the penalty. Puck cleared all the way down.
Penalty on the play to Missouri State number 90, Ted Cardinale.
And now out of their own zone will be the Ore Diggers. They're going to work it across the line. Goes to Selman. Puck taken away from him by Mattingly, but set right back up. With 3:06 to go in the double minor for the Ore Diggers. They're going to work it to Selman. Now at the half boards, it goes to Jordan. Selman again, shot blocked and cleared by Koch all the way down. .241 to go in the period. And there is a 1 second difference between the penalty clock and the game clock. So barring any further penalties, these penalties will end this period. Nice move. Here comes a shot by Connolly, and it dings off the combination crossbar post, and it's out to center. So they were that close, were the Ore Diggers, to getting a goal here, and a power play one at that. 2:10 to go, 2:09 remaining in the power play. Back now in the Ore Diggers zone. Lead pass too far for Connolly. And it'll be the Ice Bears' Jake Stewart. Stewart, the left-handed shot out of Imperial, Missouri, works it into the zone. Missouri State there with some pressure. Adam Brown to put that on, but they give up the chase. 1:39 to go in the period. Again, Christian Catalano will be our guest coming up. Puck cleared out to center and all the way down, and Missouri State will line change. So will Colorado School of Mines. Puck sent down in low. Matthews is there. He races with Frazier. Ice Bears steal the puck, but they can't clear it. It's on the line, held in. Good play to keep it there by Hunt. Now down in low. 1:03 remains.
The last minute of play in this period.
Here are the Ore Diggers. Work to Selman, and it's past the stick of Hunt, and here's chasing it for Missouri State is Doley. Doley with Catalano loose all in front. He shoots. Oh, what a save by Palmer. Catalano all alone in front, and Palmer was able to reach out and glove it as Catalano was looking in the lower corner for that shot. It's still 5-1 Missouri State, and Catalano was looking for a second shorthanded goal in this contest. It would have been the fourth of the season for Missouri State, but denied by Palmer's glove. Out to center. As far as the Missouri State line, it goes. And now McCall. I make that Hemhard, not McCall. Hemhard is wearing number 9. 16 seconds to go in the period. The first end of that penalty has expired. We're on the second one with 7, and Koch has it. He's able to get it out to center. 1 second to go. That'll do it. And penalty expires. The period expires. And Missouri State has a 5-1 lead. They scored 2 in this period. 11 shots on a combination of Medina and on Palmer.
And fans will remind you that this Missouri State University Route 66 showcase continues tomorrow.
For a 2-period total of 22, and then just 2 on Griffin for a 2-period total of 8. Goals in the period include Christian Catalano, and Catalano with a blast is third. Doley with the assist, and right after that, that literally, well, I'll take it back. That's not the goal. This is the goal that chased starting goaltender Drew Medina as Carson Komar gets it from the face-off dot, and he immediately went to the bench. Don't know exactly what happened there. But we will take a break with Missouri State leading 5-1 after 2 periods of play. And when we come back, we will talk to Christian Catalano. Ice Bears lead after 40, 5-1.
Hey, Missouri! Barrel Bob here. I'm MoDOT's Work Zone spokesbarrel. I see a lot of distracted drivers in work zones not paying attention to the road. Distracted driving is the #1 cause of crashes. The average text takes 5 seconds to read. At 55 miles per hour, you could travel the length of a football field blindfolded. Don't take the chance. I want you and my friends working on the roads to get home safely. Please buckle up and put your phone down. A message from the Missouri Department of Transportation.
Back at the Route 66 showcase, Steve Casson now talking with Christian Catalano of Franklin Park, Illinois, the senior from Missouri State. Christian, just an assist thus far right now?
Correct.
Well, let's hope you get your first goal before the end of the showcase.
We're going to shoot for that.
There you go. You know, it's funny because, I mean this in such a nice way, but I joke around. But you get on the ice, even with skates, it seems like you're like 3'2". You're like one of the smallest guys out there, but you are pretty darn quick, though. Do you think your size is a good advantage?
I wouldn't say a good advantage, but I mean, I just go out there and just play like I've always played, and it's been working so far, and I really never thought anything of it.
You're listed at 5'4", and obviously, noticeably, that smaller guy, but half the time you blink, you're the guy that's down there chasing the puck to wave off the icing. You're the guy that's digging in the corners. I mean, you're the one that's kind of doing what he can do to get a goal for this hockey club.
Yep.
Has that always been your mentality?
Always. Like I said, my size has never discouraged me at any point. I go in the corners, I fight, and it helps me. Like I say, I play like I'm 6'3" out there, but it's just how I've always done it.
Well, definitely, you definitely act like it. A couple of goals that I remember last year, I guess one of them was against, I think maybe Nebraska, and it was a nice tic-tac-toe play that you finished off, and then I think you got another one right quickly after that. It may not have been Nebraska, but it was somebody that you guys had scored a couple of quick goals, and I think you got 2, almost 3 within a couple of minutes, if that.
Yeah.
Obviously got to be fun when you're putting the puck in the net.
It is. That's been the struggle this year, but hopefully I can kick something off this weekend and soar for the sky for the rest of the year.
Christian Catalano is joining us. What do you want to be when you grow up?
I actually want to be a vinyl wrap installer with automobiles. So I'm working on my entrepreneurship degree right now. I got one more semester after this year, and I'm going to hopefully open up my own shop after I graduate.
Vinyl wrap. Now, that is the vinyl wrap. Not on the windows. That's the vinyl wrap on the body of the cars,
correct.
Right?
Yep, like a full color change.
Okay, and does that include like maybe advertising and stuff like that, or is it more of just the color type?
You can do either way. Like there's a lot of people that do for businesses and stuff, just like a full print wrap on any company they want to do. They want to get like vans or such, and I'll do like a full print wrap for their vehicles and just advertise their name all over them.
So basically you just want to go into business and kind of do something like that?
Yeah, I've been doing a little bit on the side with my friends' vehicles, and I just enjoy it, and it's really fun for me. And if I can make a lot of money off it with the industry's growing right now, I'm all in.
Well, we need to see a Missouri State hockey vinyl wrap on a car somewhere. I mean, that's what we need to see.
We can figure something out.
There you go. Christian Catalano is joining us. You're a senior, of course, and you're one of 10 that are going to possibly be leaving. That's got to be tough. You know, you've played hockey for so long with this hockey club, and it's going to be over.
I know. I keep thinking it in the back of my mind that this is my last year, and last year competitively playing, but right now I'm just not thinking of it and making the most out of it and making sure that this year doesn't end up like in the bag where it's awful to say this was my last year playing. I want something to change it. So right now I'm just fighting for big wins, big goals, and anything to make us like not think that this is our last year and we didn't do anything great for it.
Well, you know, you're always welcome back for the alumni games. So
for sure.
That's going to be. Do you have any brothers, sisters?
I have a half-sister at home.
Does she like watching you play, or is she into hockey? Or
she's getting more into it. She loves watching me play on the streams and everything. Think I'm going to be famous
There you go.
on TV. Yep.
Has she been to a few games?
No, back home when we play in Chicago, she's come to a few of them, but not much lately because we haven't been traveling out there that much.
What is your regimen? Like, what do you do when you get ready to start a game? Do you have anything, or is he just you get dressed and who cares?
Mostly I have my routine of putting my gear on, and I sit and think before we get on the ice for a couple minutes and just get really focused. And as soon as I step on the ice, I do a few little turns and crossovers right away, and it's just like my little ritual before every game. I just have this little niche that everyone does. So.
Yeah, it's funny because a lot of people don't do that. There are some people that will just get out and they'll sit and they'll kind of think of what they need to do. And some people put their stuff on and don't even have a care in the world. It's interesting how it's so different with certain people. But as we were talking with Christian Catalano of the Missouri State Ice Bears, Franklin Park, Illinois, kind of around the Chicago area.
Yep.
Who is your favorite hockey team then?
The strange one is I am a Blues fan, and I've been a Blues fan for the majority of my life, even before I thought I was coming to Missouri State.
Really?
Yep.
So in a area where you should be a Blackhawks fan, you were secretly a Blues fan.
I was not secretly. I wore the Blues colors proud and jerseys all over the place.
There you go. That's always nice. And of course, now after they won the Stanley Cup, everything must be glorious for you.
Oh, even better, I get to rub it in all my friends' faces now.
Although, Chicago did get 3 cups in 5 years, so.
Yeah, well, they're on the decline right now, and they're really struggling, and it's a lot of fun now when Blues are going to play the Hawks this season. I get to say, hey, look what's going on now.
It'll be very interesting. Of course, St. Louis is kind of, once they got started and the train started rolling, it's kind of been a runaway train. I mean, they had to go, 4 straight that they won in overtime, but they still won, and that's obviously a good thing. Now, it could be a totally different scenario. You don't win in overtime, you lose all those, and now you're just a mediocre team, and everyone's getting mad at you for what you didn't do. So it's interesting how it goes one way or the other, and, of course, for the Blues, it's gone the right way.
Exactly, especially batting with all the injuries they have so far this year. With Steen is now out, I heard from last night, and Tarasenko, so it's going to be a lot of fighting for them, but I'm sure they'll pull through.
And that's the key thing. It's going to be very tough with losing a guy like Steen and what they've done with Tarasenko gone. But, last year, you could almost argue, and it's just the fact that he's skating, too. But last year, Tarasenko was there. He just didn't do much last year until towards the end of the season. So, it's kind of like with Missouri State. You've been on the team when you guys had one of the top lines in the ACHA. Now they're gone, and what do?
Yeah, like freshman year, we went to nationals. We had a good team, one of the top lines, like you said, and after they left, and majority of that team left, and I believe there's only 8 of us, 8 returners on that year, and it's been a uphill struggle. And I mean, every year we've got a better and better team, but it's just been fighting adversity and just finding the back of the net, because scoring this year has been a struggle for us for sure. But our goaltending's been unreal. They've been keeping us in the games left and right all season so far.
Christian Catalano is joining us. What is your earliest memory of hockey?
Right before I started playing, I remember I was doing learn to skates and just trying to skate, and I got mad because I couldn't do it well enough, and I ended up quitting. And then a couple weeks later, I started begging my mom to let me skate again, and they almost wouldn't let me do it, but I guess I was just annoying enough to they let me go back, and that was it. I remember that story from my mom when she always told me that one. I just laugh all the time now about it.
That's funny. A quick story about me is I was kind of the same thing for me when I was younger. I discovered hockey. Dad, can you take me to skate? Sure. Year goes by. Dad, can you take me to skate? Sure. Another year goes by. Dad, can you take me to skate? No. Why not? Because it's been 2 years and you haven't gone to skate yet. I promise I'll go. He wouldn't take me, and I just turned to where I could drive that year, and I drove myself, took myself to go play hockey. So, yeah, I started a little bit late. I started around 16, and I finally got out there and started playing, and I've done it ever since. But I know what that's like when you finally your parents give in to your wishes, but unfortunately my dad never did, although, like I say, being able to drive, I was able to do it on my own, so that was nice. But I remember many times he'd have to go race over and pick up my goal pads and bring them to the ice rink because I totally forgot them. I've done that before many times, but we're talking with Christian Catalano here. I know that your plan is to be in business. Do you plan on doing things with hockey as you continue to get into a more of an adult situation?
Oh, for sure. I'm not going to let the sport go. I've been going on my 19th year now, and there's no way. If I can coach somewhere, make a clinic in my hometown, just at those rinks and anything, I'll see what I can do. But I'm definitely going to stay in the game, for sure.
Who is your favorite NHL player?
There's a lot I look up to. Right now, my biggest inspiration is David Perron, just the way he handles the puck and goes in the corners. I really inspire to be like him, but growing up, it was definitely TJ Oshie, and that's what brought the Blues into my life at that point, too.
I won an auction several years ago, and I just found it the other day. A Blues jersey signed, and obviously it's a year when Oshie was there because it's signed by Oshie, and I'm trying to remember what year it was. I want to say maybe 14 or 15, and I've got a Blues jersey signed by him. I don't know how much it's worth. I know what I paid for it, but hope it's worth more than $125 because I think that's what I paid for.
Oh, it's probably worth more than that now.
I couldn't tell you any of the Blues, whoever, you have to figure out who were on the team at the time, but definitely Oshie was there.
Yeah.
So it's for sale. No, I'm kidding. Christian Catalano is joining us. Okay, who is the MVP of this hockey club right now?
This team right now, I have to go with our goalie, Graham Nave, right now. He's actually been playing unreal for us, and this season he's completely stepped up his game in the last years that I've been here, and if it wasn't for him in net right now, some of these games would be complete blowouts, and we'd never have a chance to be back and win, so it has to be Graham Nave.
Has there been a time when you remember not being without hockey? And what would you do if you never discovered? I mean, it's kind of a open-ended question, but if you weren't involved in hockey, would there be another sport maybe you would be involved in?
I played baseball for a few years growing up when I was real little with my dad, but I was never really into it as much, and then going into high school, I always liked the enjoyment of bowling with my grandma because she was in the league, and on days I had off of school, I'd go with her to the bowling league and just bowl a couple games, and I ended up actually being on the varsity team at my high school for a couple of years, and if it wasn't for hockey, I bet I'd probably just be bowling as much as I can.
Christian Catalano is our guest, and Christian, when I wrap up interviews, I always wish players more goals, so wish you at least to get that zip off the board and grab some goals this weekend.
I'm going to need it.
All right, Christian Catalano, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
We'll take a break, be back. More hockey coming up in a moment.
This is Barrel Bob, MoDOT's Work Zone spokesbarrel. You'll be seeing more of me as the weather warms up. Crews will be working on our roads. That means lanes will be closed for construction and maintenance work on our highways. As you approach a work zone, please don't drive distracted. You need to pay attention. I want you and my friends working on the roads to all get home safely. Remember, buckle up and put down your phone. A message from the Missouri Department of Transportation.
Hey, Springfield, are you ready for some hockey?
Here's Barrett.
Left side with the beeline on over to O'Brien. Back to Barrett. Score!
Steve Casson here, voice of your Missouri State Ice Bears. Join us at Jordan Valley Ice Park in downtown Springfield for this year's excitement.
This is head coach Jeremy Law. The Bears are back for another season, so check out our schedule at MissouriStateHockey.com and get your tickets now.
Here come the Ice Bears. Turan with Bell catching up. Turan shoots. Score! Oh, baby!
Pearson Kelly Office Products presents
Great Moments in Office Technology.
When Julie gets bored at work, she writes funny captions to pictures of animals she found online. Then she realized she could send all of her pictures in one gigantic message to her coworkers. At that moment, Julie created Junk Email. Now, employees can enjoy their days watching auto-tuned sneezing pandas. There are plenty of ways to waste your company's money. Your copier shouldn't be one of them. Pearson Kelly Office Products. Business made simple.
Your best source for awards of any kind is always Bowles Trophy House in Springfield. Trophies, plaques, medals, gifts, ribbons, and more. You get top quality and great service at Bowles Trophy House, serving Springfield and Southwest Missouri for over 40 years. Call them at 417-869-8720.
And if you need embroidery work done, logos, digitizing, and more, come to Banners and Brainstorms in Bowles Trophy House at 601 South Kimberly.
We are back at Jordan Valley Ice Park, Stan Melton Ice Arena. Steve Casson here along with Tyler Ott doing excellent camera work for you. Fresh 20 minutes on the clock. Want to show you a picture of the trophy. And let's see if we can get a look at it here. This is the Route 66 trophy. The winner of this showcase will have its name on. A very nice looking Route 66 trophy along with some Missouri State Ice Bears swag.
Clear Lake, the same lake every game.
Both teams have made their way out of the ice, and I heard possibly, but I don't know if he's going to show up or not, but Ryan Chamberlain, who is one of the bigwigs with the Maca League, is here. He was going to join me. So he may or may not. He's attending to some business. But a fun-looking trophy. Don't forget, our next broadcast will be... hold on a second. That's not the correct time. We'll have to fix that time for you. Get that updated. It's going to be an early game, and I believe we have it fixed for you. So here is our next broadcast. Well, it's not even correct either. It's not 8:30 p.m. It's 8:30 a.m. I got to talk to this guy that puts these together. He just doesn't do it right. All right, we have that all fixed up and ready to go. We will do that a little later on, but meanwhile, period number 3 is underway here at Jordan Valley Ice Park, Stan Melton Ice Rink. Missouri State skating from the left to the right, and they quickly move the puck. Jacob Matthews lets it go to Hendricks. Nathan behind the net. Moon will sweep it over to the right side. Koch with a drive, and it gets deflected up high. Chased by Moon. They'll work it to the corner. Now Hendricks with a shot. It gets deflected up and out of play. Now that we got everything up, there we go. It's all set. 8:30 a.m. tomorrow. Kansas, University of New Mexico. That'll be our next broadcast right here on Web Sports Radio. Then after that, Colorado School of Mines in Arkansas. That coming up at 11:30, and then Missouri State and Washington State U at 2:30. And I knew I shouldn't have done that because Missouri State scored the last time I tried to talk about that. 19:10 to go in the period. We're going to get a penalty. It's a delayed call, and it's touched up. It's going to go against the Ore Diggers. And actually, we're going to get 2. I think Terry Farrar called 4-on-4. We're going to get 2 going in. A trip on Daniger. And also going into the penalty box will be Selman. That's Selman's second. He has the only 2 penalties for the Ore Diggers. So forget the power play. Missouri State 0 for 1 actually on the power play. even with all the penalties that have gone on. Ore Diggers are 0 for 5. Meanwhile, with 18:57 to go here in the third period, it's a 4-on-4. Losing his stick was Connolly. Now it comes right out in front as Sullivan is a recipient of the pass. And it's held on to by Palmer. 18:45 to go in the period. Kuzo off the draw, lost it. It'll be chased now by Cox. He'll come in the zone, 4-on-4. Cox's pass behind the back, and the Ice Bears will work it. Here comes Mattingly across the line. He's pushed off the play, no penalty. Continues now with Connolly. Cross ice pass on the right side. It'll go to Cox. Drive in, and a big save by the Ice Bears goaltender, Matt Griffin. He'll hold on to that. 18:20 left in the period. We're 4-on-4. Shots are 24-9 in favor of Missouri State. We came into the period at 22-8. Well, joining us now in the broadcast booth is Brian. You have so many titles with the Mid-American Collegiate Hockey Association. I don't know exactly what to call you.
Yeah, I'm technically by, I guess, rule and regulation is the treasurer and competition director for the MACHA, and then Pacific Region coordinator for the ACHA.
To say that hockey is not in your blood is an understatement, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, good to have you out here. I know the MACA is being represented very well, and they're kind of doing what they need to do here in this showcase.
They are. I mean, you guys put on a very good showcase here. A lot of good teams. It's been varied the last few years, and it's good to see some cross-region play here, or cross-league play, so we see, really kind of where teams stand in the region.
Yeah, it's been nice to see New Mexico come in, Colorado School of Mines, and I know Cody and I have been working on trying to get some players in, or some teams in other than the MACA teams, like the Kansases and the Ole Miss. Well, the Ole Miss not necessarily, but it's a good rivalry between all the teams that they've been in here before, and to get the Arkansas in, teams that everybody's kind of played before. But as we get back to full strength now with 17 minutes to go in the period, puck played out to center ice. Here's a lead break in front, looking at his Selman as he got out of the box, and making a good save there is Matt Griffin to hold on. 16:54 to go. So did not know that you were coming down here unexpectedly, I guess. What made you want to come down and check out this tournament?
Yeah, I mean, as the ACHA regional coordinator, I don't get to see some of these teams, that out there in trying to really, from Craig Barnett and on down, is really try to get out in front of it and get to know the teams. We deal with them via emails and communications, and maybe we see him in Naples, but as one of his real strong kind of initiatives is to have us out there in front of them to kind of see the product out there and kind of see where we might be able to offer some advice or give some guidance to some of the teams.
Half boards now. Dobbs is there. He gets checked off the play. Frazier had it, but Koch digs it out for Missouri State. Left side drive. Hendricks score! Up over the shoulder of Palmer, and Missouri State takes a 6-1 lead here in the third period. Goals like that have got to hurt for goaltenders. That one was just a seeing-eyed rocket up over the shoulder of the goaltender Palmer, and Missouri State now with a 5-goal advantage. And you of course have been around Northwestern, so you've kind of seen the ropes. Sometimes it's kind of tough when guys can just literally pick their poison. Let's catch the call.
By number 21, Nathan Hendricks. Assisted by number 11, Tyler Ott. And by number 19, Christopher Rita. Time of the goal at 3:45 of the third period, scored by number 21, assisted by number 11 and number 19. That's a Missouri State Ice Bears goal!
Well, immediately I've got to go to Tyler, who's running our camera. Tyler, I didn't know that you could score a point and not be in the game.
I didn't either, honestly.
They're going to have to figure that one out because you're not in the game, obviously, but you get a point. That's got to be nice. 15:54 to go.
21, Nathan Hendricks. 2 minutes for interference at 4:01 of the third period. A 2-minute minor for interference.
So Hendricks gets called for interference. And Missouri State 9 penalties, 26 minutes. Power play number 6 now working for the goal of the Ore Diggers. And now they have 1:30 left on that. We'll catch the goal for you coming up here in a moment. But Missouri State now working on goal number 6. But they have to kill power play number 6.
6s are the magical number right now.
It is, and this is, of course, the 6th game of the showcase. Puck sent all the way down, and I talked to a number 61 in Christian Cuzo in the first period. Christopher Catalano talked to him in the second period, but he's number 20. He doesn't count. We get a offside here. Let's see if we can take a look at that last goal by Missouri State. Hopefully we got it here, as the opportunity is scored from the left side. We'll try to see if we can zoom out just a tad and get that shot. That was a little bit too much. I got to talk to my replay guy. He just doesn't do a good job sometimes. I'm going to have to talk to him about that. 40 seconds left in the power play. Puck cleared and all the way down in the Ore Diggers zone. 14:31 remaining. And out of his own end is Peter Hunt. To the red line, out of the blue line, across the line to Connolly. Connolly gets checked off by Stewart. Ice Bears have a 2-on-1 as they turn and burn the other way. Mattingly looking for Sullivan. Mattingly had to catch up with the puck, and by that time, it's taken away from him by Hunt. Checked off the play by Connolly. The Ice Bears had a good 2-on-1, nullified there. Here we come with Connolly. 3 goals, 3 assists for him across the line into the zone, and it's covered up and held on to by the Ice Bears goaltender, Griffin. Okay, one more time on that goal. Let's see if we can get it here for you. See if my replay guy actually kind of, there you go. Shot from the left side circle. He can do better than that. He's right behind you. Talk to him. Tell him to do better.
Will do.
Brian Chamberlain is the competition director. That's the only one I can remember for the Mid-American Collegiate Hockey Association, and he's joining me here after coming down for this weekend. And obviously, you've kind of been involved in a lot of the ACHA. There's a lot of things that go on in trying to get Division III hockey with all the teams that they have. As a shot comes in from an odd angle and it's clear to the corner. When I say this, when I say how much more difficult is Division III, what I mean is it's got to be a little frustrating when you have more teams in Division III than any other division.
Yeah, and a lot of the Division III teams are really student-run, so there's a lot of challenges that we have from that aspect where some of the requirements that have to be done, the eligibility requirements, the certifications for the coaches, and obviously we want their primary focus to be on school, but getting the certain requirements done, so that's a little bit of a challenge. And it's really the entry level into the ACHA, having a D1 or a D2 program, and you're building off that and having it maybe your second team. There's a little bit more to that, but as some teams that are new or growing, we're kind of helping them develop, and it's beneficial to be part of a team that I was part of it. I built it up, and we were able to build it to a strong program as it is, and so I understand it and kind of help from that perspective. So it is a challenge, but it's also fun to see these kids kind of benefit from having that opportunity.
Carson Komar from behind the net gave it to Rita. Big save there by Palmer. Now face off in the Orediggers zone. Won by Missouri State. Falling down is Rita. Pinned to the corner. Now here's Cox. Get out of the half boards, but stolen by Dabbs. Nice move. Gets around one. Cross ice pass to Rita, but it was broken up by Frazier's stick. Half boards to Dabbs again. Far side. It's out to center and sent all the way down with 12:02 to go in the period. And the Ice Bears will set things up. They lead 6-1. Goals by Rita, Komar, Cardinale, Catalano. Komar with another, shorthanded, and Hendricks. And for Hendricks, that is his first goal of the season. Play back down to the Missouri State zone, near side boards. Trying to work it is Hendricks. Gets it out to center, sent all the way down. This should be an icing. Are they going to wave it off? Yep, they do. Play continues. 5-on-5 with 11:30 to go in the period. Puck all the way down to the Missouri State zone, across the line, and a line change for the Orediggers. Comes right up the middle from behind the net, and it's held on to by Matt Griffin. Well, a couple of teams that come to mind. One of them would be Arkansas, although Arkansas has kind of moved back down a step. But teams that went from Division III up to Division I, Arkansas is one of those teams. Any that come to your mind that you kind of followed that went the Division III route, whether they jumped directly into Division I or made it through Division II up to Division I, that comes to your mind?
Yeah, I mean, Farmingdale 2 years ago, Calvin, both went from D3 to D1, and both having very successful years last year. And then, some of the schools that are moving from D3 to D2, can't think of any right off the bat. We've actually had some schools similar to Arkansas where they look to kind of step down to D3 and maybe have a little bit more of a rebuild. And we looked at that from a Mizzou standpoint, having some challenges from an organizational perspective. So we kind of moved them down, and they're actually doing extremely well this year. So, we want to make sure it's competitive and they're not getting frustrated because they may not have the players or they're not able to fill their schedule due to school requirements. So we want to make sure that teams are in the right division.
I just thought of another one, but play is underway and back in the Missouri State zone with 10:06 to go in the period. And Ryan Moon, he's 1-on-3. Moon left side. Moon with an opportunity to move around Peter Hunt. Moon still with it, stolen away from him. And it is Connolly who will set things up as he gives it over to Jordan. And the reason I thought of this team is this kind of what the uniform colors are right here. McKendree, they're a team that went from 3 on up to 1, didn't they?
Well, their D2 team moved up last year with the new league that was formed in the Midwest area. So they moved their D3 team. Well, technically, yeah, I guess if you want to look at it that way, they moved from 3 to 1, but their D2 team moved up, and then they just kept their D2 team and moved some of their players from their last year's D3 team up. So
puck cleared out to center. Here is an opportunity for Morton as he comes in. The goaltender is able to sweep it away. That's Griffin. And we come the other way in a break for the Ice Bears. Daniger, his pass in front. Oh, what a backhander and a big save as Sullivan had it in front, and a good save there by Palmer. All alone was he, and Palmer was able to stop that one. Underneath the stick of Sullivan, taken away by the Orediggers, tipped in, so no icing. All the way down by Redis, and a line change for Colorado School of Mines. Number 6 are the Orediggers. Number 7 is Missouri State, as the standings stand right now. And so for the Ice Bears to have a 6-1 lead, looking well at least rankings-wise for Missouri State. Puck across the line of the Orediggers. Here's Doley, 2-on-2. Doley around a sliding Ian Frazier. Near side boards, Rebello. He'll try to work the puck. Far side, gives it to Hendricks. Now dropped in low. Working it is Mitchell Doley. Doley, 4 goals, 3 assists. Shot in as he gets a good opportunity from the left face-off circle, and it's held on to once again by the goaltender Palmer. 30th shot for Missouri State. They are doubling up on Colorado School of Mines. So you will not be able to see tomorrow's games, I assume.
No, I'm actually headed back. I do have a real job and a family, and I've been traveling since Wednesday for work, so I'm going to get back and see the family before the work week starts.
That's always a good thing, although you live kind of in the middle of the country, right?
Yeah, I'm in Austin, Texas, so.
That's one of the growing music capitals of the world right now. As the Ice Bears are growing a rush here. Koch in front, drive saved by Palmer. Missouri State added that rush there. Now we're going to get a penalty. Rebello gets hit, and going into the penalty box will be Jordan. The Ice Bears will go, believe it or not, on just power play number 2 of this game. It's a cross check. 3 penalties, 6 minutes to the Ore Diggers. And going in will be Jordan. Just power play number 2. There were coincidentals early in the second period. Just number 2 for Missouri State. They're 6 for 32, 18.8% coming into today's game. And immediately it's cleared all the way down. But the Ore Diggers on the penalty kill, 6 for 38, 84.2%. Not too bad. You'd love to be over 90. Here come the Ice Bears. They have trouble getting it into the zone, and they'll set it up again with Hendricks across the Missouri State Bearhead. Hendricks left side. He gets pushed into the boards. Play continues. Komar with it. Komar wraparound in front. Save. Rebound. Kicked out to Dobbs. Dobbs will have it left side. Looking to the middle, but instead to Koch right side. He shoots up high. Komar missed it. It's cleared. Inadvertently after the shot by Koch. It's all the way down. 1:13 remaining in the power play. Too far for Nicholas Gray, and we get a whistle for an icing. 6:32 to go in the third period. Again, don't forget our next broadcast. We'll have it right for you here on Web Sports Radio. It will be tomorrow, breakfast with Route 66, 8:30 a.m. That will be Kansas and the University of New Mexico. Well, Brian Chamberlain, again, is the competition director for Mid-America Collegiate Hockey Association, and he's also a member of the ACHA, American Collegiate Hockey Association. And Brian, you've obviously had a chance to see some of these games. We're going to get a penalty here. And do we get more than one, though? That's the key. It's a cross-check on the initial one. And what's interesting is Selman was looking at an Ice Bear and saying, hey, that's a cross-check. Unfortunately, it's against him. So a 2-man advantage for 43 seconds for Missouri State. But to finish my thought, you've had a chance to come here and see this tournament, but you've seen some kind of outrageous scores. Did that surprise you?
I know the strength of the teams such as Arkansas and Kansas and what they've, and even, the Ice Bears here. You really can't tell until you get them to play each other because, you see their scores coming in against teams that they're playing, but you don't see it against other people. And, from an ACHA perspective, it's nice to see, the cross channels. And then, it's great to see from our league perspective us doing strong and really kind of benefiting from it for our rankings perspective. So I think collectively across the board, it's good for everybody.
Matthews got a shot. Palmer made the shoulder save. The puck was cleared, and now the first power play is over. A one-man advantage. Here is a shot once again by Matthews that's blocked, and chasing it is Brown. He's going to get back and get into position and allow that puck to not be controlled. Here's Brown across the line into the Ore Digger zone. Shot up high, and it's held on to by Palmer. With 47 seconds left in the third power play now for the Ice Bears. They lead 6-1. Rita his fifth. Komar his second. Cardinale his fourth. Catalano his third. Komar gets his third shorthanded in the second period. Hendricks his first, and the only goal scorer for the Colorado School of Mines is Jacob Hemhard. He gets his first of this season. Puck cleared all the way down to the Missouri State end with 4:53 to go. Steve Casson along with my cameraman Tyler Ott, and thanks for joining us, Brian Chamberlain, who of course part of the ACHA and part of the MACHA, Mid-American Collegiate Hockey Association. Koch with a shot off the side, rebound in front by Komar is saved. Dabbs with a shot and a good stick combination blocker save by the goaltender Palmer. He's being peppered here. Koch with a shot tipped in by Komar, save, rebound. Move to the corner, and Frazier is not, yes, he is able to clear it with some help. The stick from William Jordan. It's out to center with 3 seconds to go. Power play has now expired. Missouri State is 0 for 3 on the PP. But they do have one shorthanded goal. As I mentioned, Komar his third. Puck out to center. Here's Connolly left side. Connolly works around Koch, centered it up the middle, and the Ice Bears with a 2-on-1. Too far for Rita all the way down. This will be an icing call. Any other tournaments you've been to besides this one this year?
No, this has been the first one, and then potentially the one in New Mexico. But in the Pacific region, it's really kind of this is really the only showcase that is out there, and it'd be nice to expand or have other teams do it so we can start to really kind of see teams playing each other. I know Cody would love to have some of the maybe one or two of the North teams come in next year, and I think he's got some interest there, he said. So, as he said, if it could expand, he would do it. It's a great event for, everybody, those all crucial, the crucial rankings and being able to understand, where teams fit.
Puck gets flipped up out of play. So I'm going to give you a trivia question here. I know it's something you probably can't answer. You'd have to go back and look, and a lot of people would. But have you ever had a team that had two starting goaltenders that are brothers in the same game? Or no, not the same game, but on the same night play in two different games?
No.
So right now, of course, in the goaltending nets for Missouri State, Matt Griffin for the Division III team, and the Ice Bears also have their Division I squad in Colorado State tonight, and at Colorado State, Brady Griffin, the brother, is starting for Missouri State. So two Griffins, or two same-named brother players, both goaltenders, and they're starting in nets for Missouri State here this evening.
That's crazy.
I mean, Missouri State is no stranger to brothers. They've had all sorts of brothers. They've had the Bethman brothers who do referee here in the ACHA. They've had the Ryan brothers, the Odenwald brothers. I know I'm missing a few, but there's definitely been a lot of brothers that have played. Now, they've also had brothers, the Leslies, who were Division I and Division III, and at one time both on Division III for a short time. So a lot of brothers have kind of gone through this organization for Missouri State. But here tonight, I think that's a first. Puck is cleared in, and we get an offside called, 2:43 remaining. Shots 35-15, Missouri State with the 6-1 lead. And you go over the scores, I mean, it is just crazy. 13-2, Arkansas over Washington University St. Louis. That was game number 1 on Friday. 15-2, Kansas over Colorado School of Mines. Missouri State took a 7-1 victory over the University of New Mexico. This morning, it was Kansas over University of St. Louis 9-1, Arkansas over University of New Mexico 14-1, and Missouri State has a 6-1 lead here. Now we're going to get a delayed call as Catalano shoots it in. Goaltender comes out. Delayed penalty against the Ore Diggers. Ice Bears work it, kind of like a power play right now, except they can't let Colorado School of Mines touch it. Here's right out in front, Komar, or Catalano that is, and he doesn't like getting pushed down by Cox. Gloves fly, and the officials are going to get at least one. That's going to be Cox. Do they get two? Meaning one on each side, and they do. Cox for interference, and then a unsportsmanlike conduct, which I kind of figured on the Ice Bears. So what could have been a power play is not. .219 to go in the period, and so Selman is coming in. There may be more than just minors assessed here. Selman's coming in. I think there's 2 in the box. So we'll have to wait and see just exactly what they call. And it looks like there's going to be a power play Missouri State, so maybe a double minor that was assessed. We'll catch the call from Kevin Thurrow. And if that is indeed the case, that'll be 6 minutes, 12 minutes assessed to the Orediggers, and the Ice Bears 10 penalties, 28 minutes. But they have power play number 4 with which to work on now.
Penalties on the play to Colorado number 14, Mitchell Cox, 2 minutes for interference. To number 15, Ben Selman, 2 minutes for tripping. On Missouri State number 74, Carlo Robello, 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct. Time of the penalties at 17:41 of the third period.
So that indeed is why Missouri State has the advantage. Power play at number 4. And a shot in by Ice Bears Sean Sullivan is held up. 1:31 to go in this third period. 1:12 remaining in the power play.
I think the refs at this point are just trying to keep it under control and not let anybody get out of hand here.
That's really what it is. And you know, the one thing I have to say that I do like is I don't think we've really had an issue with anything getting out of hand as the Ice Bears score. Palmer is calling for maybe some interference in front. He was kind of talking with the ref and said, why don't you call it? But Missouri State gets goal number 7 on the board, and we'll have to see just exactly how this one materialized. And while we wait for it, we'll see if we can get a good view of this one here. It definitely came off a face-off. See if we can take a look at it. And of course, that's going to be a little, well, there's the little flutter over there, but we'll see if we can give you a little bit better angle than what my replay guy was used to giving you. All right, here we go. Let's see if this looks any better for you. So it's a shot that went off the defenseman. That's what it is. Now, do they give it to Komar? Let's catch the call.
Goal scored by number 21, his second of the game, Nathan Hendricks. Assisted by number 9, Ethan Dabbs. And by number 6, Carson Komar. Time of the goal at 18:36 of the third period. Scored on the power play by number 21, assisted by number 9 and number 6.
So the Ice Bears do get a power play goal, and I guess they're going to give it to Hendricks, who got the original shot. We'll have to see, again, where that originated from, that original shot. Let's see how that one looked here. Here we go. There's the Komar shot, or the Hendricks shot, I mean, and they're going to give it all to him after it deflected off the defenseman.
Last minute of play in this period.
So there was a penalty.
Hendricks, 2 minutes for slashing at 18:49 of the third period. A 2-minute minor for slashing.
That means power play number 7 for the goal or the Orediggers. And they'll work it in. Just 38 seconds left in this period. Puck cleared to the line, and it's out to center ice and rolls all aimlessly all the way down. 30 seconds to go. The Ice Bears will change up. And then day number 2 will be in the books. So 3 teams with 2-0 records: Arkansas, Kansas, and Missouri State. And they're all MACA teams.
They are. It's a good showing so far. So
2 seconds to go, and that'll do it for the third period. Shots on goal in the third period: 15 on Jacob Palmer, 3-period total on Medina and Palmer of 37. And Matt Griffin faces 7, 3-period total of 15. Rita started things off with his 5th of the season. Moon with the assist, and the Ice Bears have a 1-0 lead. Then it's 1-1 as Hemhard gets his first at 10:01. Merrill and Jordan with the assists, and it's a 1-1 contest. But then Carson Komar, his second at 16:59 of the first, to make it a 2-1 game. And Missouri State looks like everything's good until 17:08 when Cardinale adds some insurance, his 4th of the season, to make it 3-1, and the Ice Bears continue to rock and roll. Catalano then adds his 3rd of the season in the second period at 2:41. Dorley with the assist, and Missouri State keeps it going. Komar says, you know what, I want a goal, his 3rd shorthanded. Brown with the assist at 13:07 of the second period, and that one did chase Medina. Hendricks comes in, get his first to make it 6-1, and then the Ice Bears finish up with the last goal of the game, Hendricks' second one, a power play goal, and that's where things end up with Missouri State taking the game by a count of 7-1. I got our next broadcast tomorrow morning, 8:30, Kansas, University of Mexico. We hope you'll tune in for that. Well, Brian Chamberlain, thanks so much for joining us here, and I know you got a chance to see the Mid-America Collegiate Hockey Association kind of show their might, at least at this showcase, and looking very good.
absolutely. Thanks for having us, and look forward to the rest of the season and onward to regionals and hopefully nationals for some of our MACHA teams.
For sure. A lot of teams right now have some decent rankings, including Arkansas, ranked number 1. Nebraska, also a MACA team, ranked number 3. Northwestern, your team, ranked number 4. It's got to be nice. Missouri State, ranked number 7. Dordt and Creighton, number 9. And number 10. University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee, I believe, is ranked number 8. So a lot of MACA teams. Kansas is in there right at number 11. Marquette at 12. Aurora, University of Missouri, 13 and 14. So a lot of MACA teams that are represented, at least in the top 15 as of the rankings right now. That's going to do it here from Jordan Valley Ice Park and the Stan Melton Ice Arena as Missouri State wins this game by a count of 7-1. Game 6 done for the Route 66 Showcase. I'm Steve Casson for my cameraman Tyler Rott and for Brian Chamberlain. Thanks for tuning in. We will see you tomorrow. Good night, everyone.
You've been listening to Missouri State Ice Bears Hockey with your host, Steve Casson. Thank you for tuning in to tonight's game. Ice Bears Hockey is a presentation of DS Sports Enterprises and WebSportsRadio.com.